Hello boys and girls, welcome back to Miss Orme's story time. Today I have a story about a goldfish, and the goldfish is called Norman, and the story today is not Norman. Do you have pets at home? I wonder if you could tell me about which pets you have at home. I'd love to hear about them. When I was given Norman, I didn't want to keep him. I wanted a different kind of pet. I wanted a pet who could run and catch, or one who could climb trees and chase a ball of string. A soft, furry pet to sleep on my bed at night. Not Norman. All Norman does is swim around and around and around and around and around. That's it, Norman, I decide. I'm swapping you for a good pet. Norman doesn't even move, not even a fin twitches. How can I swap him like this? No one will want a sorry-looking fish in a gunky bowl. When I drop Norman into his nice clean bowl, he starts dipping and flapping and flipping his fins around. He looks so silly, I have to laugh. Don't think just because you made me laugh, I'm going to keep you, I tell him. Tomorrow, you're going. Norman blows a steam of bubbles. The next day, I take Norman to school with me. I plan to talk to someone, anyone, into taking him. On the way there, we see my friend Will. Will has a really great dog and 7 puppies. How about swapping one of your pups for Norman, I ask. Who's Norman? Asks Will. My goldfish, I say. By the time I rescue Norman, half of his water has gone. Can you see why his water's disappeared? Look, you can see the dogs drinking Norman's water. I'm sorry, I tell Norman. When we get to school, I'm really sorry. He just stares at me, googly-eyed. After break, I get a chance to speak to the class. I just start to talk about my goldfish, and Emily shouts, Izzy's gone! Who let my snake loose? Does anyone hear the story of how I got Norman? Does anyone even ask to hold his bowl? No, they're all jumping and screaming and chasing the snake. Not Norman. He's looking right at me. Thanks for listening, I tell Norman. That afternoon, we go to my music lesson. As soon as it's over, I'm taking Norman back to the pet shop. I get out my tuba and begin to play. And here is his tuba. I glance over at Norman. He's swaying back and forth. Glug, 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 he mouths. Look, Norman is singing, I say. Pay attention, snaps Miss Baker, and try to play the right notes. Mr. Baker makes me stay for extra practice. By the time my lesson is over, it's too late to go to the the pet shop. I don't think that just because you like my music, I'm going to keep you, I tell Norman. He glugs. That night, when I'm sound asleep, I hear a sound. Screech, scritch. What's that noise? Scratch, scritch, screech. Yikes, there's something at the window. Then, out of the corner of my eye, I spot Norman. He isn't scared. He isn't swimming around in circles either. He glugs, and gives me a little wave. I'm not alone. Together, Norman and I slide open the curtains. It was just a broken tree branch scratching on the window. Thanks for watching out for me, I tell Norman. On Saturday, I take Norman to the pet shop, just like I said I would. I look at the cats and dogs and snakes and birds. I look at the hamsters and the mice and the lizards too. They all look like good pets. Not Norman. When I was given Norman, I wasn't sure I wanted to keep him, but now if I could pick any pet in the whole world, I wouldn't swap him. Not Norman. So he decides to keep his goldfish in the end. It's the best pet he's ever got. Okay, that's all for now, boys and girls. Hope to see you soon. Bye. Mwah.